It's grown folks business. Get on in here, get on in here. Let me start tagging a few of my people.
What's the name of the show?
Grown Folks Business Podcast.
Okay.
If you want to
Yeah, that's why I'm
tag it, you can. What's up, everybody? Come on in. Come on in. We have a couple of guests in the house today. Co-host had something to do today, so he is not here today. He may pop in late, not sure. So we rolling today. We rolling today with our guests. I'll let them introduce themselves in just a minute. Let a couple people get on. And then they'll introduce themselves. And then I will intro us in on what we will be talking about today, people. Just inviting some people in. And on my page usually jumping anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and get everybody in. Y'all know I invite everybody, so hey. And if you guys ever want to be a guest on the show, y'all know what to do. Hit me up, and I'm getting ready to. Can you pin the call-in number on there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. All right. What's up, sis? What's up? What's up?
Put it in. No mess.
What?
You can't bless no mess.
Yeah, I knew she was gonna wear something like that. Someone said she gonna wear something like that. You can.
Thank you.
Thank you. What's up, main thing? What's up? What's up? What's up? Come on in, everybody. Y'all know what it is. Stevie, going on. Stevie, you knew me before you knew Havoc, so chill out. Come on in, everybody. Come on in. What's up, Jamie? What's up? What's up? Come on in. If you guys have not started following my Grown Folks Business podcast page, please do so. Please do so, because I always want to go live on my page. Hey, cousin. So just like I said, add in Grown Folks Business podcast and your Facebook. Follow it and like it. And that way you'll get all the notifications whenever we're going live or whatever it is. So, okay, people. So we're ready to get started. So we're going to introduce the ladies. We will let them start by my friend Casey, who's been my friend for a long time. So I'll let Casey start it off, and then we'll make our way back down this way.
All right, my name is Casey. On the show, I was portrayed as the stepmother, as Katasha's stepmother on a Family and Fiance episode. And I have been in her life since she was 2 years old. And I'm her stepmother, so that's who I am.
Hi, I'm Mimi. I'm her cousin, blood cousin on her mother's side.
Make it known.
And
I'm Ashley. I'm portrayed as the best friend on the show.
Fix that.
And that's all.
okay, so somebody want to give an introduction of the show. So they're on a show called, is it Family or Fiance?
Yeah.
Called Family or Fiance. They were on a reality show, and it kind of entailed Casey's ex-husband Carlton's daughter, Katasha, and her situation with her older boyfriend named Victor. And from everyone's assumptions and allegations, it seems that Katasha has been going through domestic violence. So today we're going to kind of touch on the touchy subject, domestic violence. For those, many of those that have been either in my life or been around us for summer track, remember my sister friend Deanna Cook. Well, yesterday was the 5-year anniversary of her death from domestic violence. So today is a very special day touching on domestic violence, especially losing a childhood friend to domestic violence. And shout out to the Cook family who fought as hard as they could to try to get justice, and not just justice from the ex-husband or from the husband, but from the Dallas Police Department, which failed the system and they failed Deanna. So because they failed Deanna, she's no longer with us. So we want to kind of just touch on this, and this is why we want to bring up domestic violence. Not everybody makes it out. Some do. And thank God for the ones that do. And still thank God for the ones that don't. But the ones that don't seems to become a lesson for us, and an eye-opener that domestic violence, unfortunately, is real. So we do know October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. But how I look at it is every day is about domestic violence. People die every day around the world due to domestic violence. And we're not just talking about women. We're talking about men as well. Men do encounter and suffer from domestic violence. I know a couple of women that I've seen abuse the man that they were with because they knew their man was taught not to hit women. So they took advantage of it. So what our goal is today is to discuss the situation with Katasha. There's no fingers being pointed. There's no judgment. But just to bring awareness of the situation, and in hopes to get somebody out. Me and Casey had a conversation the other day that when it comes to domestic violence, that victim, no matter who they are, they have to be ready to come out. You can try to tell them all you want, make them feel bad, make them feel guilty, tell them how dangerous it is. But until they're ready to leave that situation, they're not going to leave that situation. Because usually with domestic violence comes control. Control is always, to me, what I've seen as being the key component to domestic violence. And also not only the key component, but the reason that a person feels like they have to stay. Because by then that person's control and manipulation has already taken over the relationship. So we'll let Casey start talking. Right, long live Deanna. Exactly. So there's other women out there, but that one's dear to my heart. And like I said, she didn't make it out. So we just want to bring awareness to the situation in hopes that if Katasha is going through this, that we can discuss this, and maybe one day she may see it, maybe one day she may hear it, and she understands that nobody's judging her. Nobody's trying to control her life. They're just trying to save her life. So, all right, Casey, go right ahead. You can start us off, or whoever's starting us off today. Let's go ahead and get this show started.
Hey, but if I tell y'all, this has been a journey. Do you hear me?
And y'all, the camera's right there, just so y'all know.
It's been a journey. I first found out about Katasha's relationship with Victor probably 5 years ago. By that time, me and her dad had divorced. I hadn't been in her life for probably 4 or 5 years. So I didn't know what all she went through in that span of time. But what I know now is in that span of time, she went through a whole lot. So she linked up with this dude, and this dude became her everything. Which a lot of times that's what happens, especially with younger women. You get with somebody, they become your everything. Ain't nothing wrong with loving your man, but you can't let somebody be controlling everything or your initial situation when you with them.
Right.
So as we found out on the show, they moved in together. His wife was living in the house. They deceived the wife. It was Victor said it was a sticky situation. He wanted to just help her. He wanted to be there for her. She felt like she didn't have nowhere to go. Like I said, I wasn't around at that time, so I don't know. Right. But then it comes to a point to where we're on the show to feel like, hey, we want to support you or not support you. You hear about the cheating, we hear about the infidelity. We know he's 30 years older than you. We know this woman was living in the house. But that's how we know. So we come on trying to just get clarity, trying to figure out what's going on. So as we doing our task, what was it, 20 questions? Mimi asked him, she said, well, what happened the day that her biological mother had to come get her out your house? Because she ran out the house, and her mama said she had to come pick up, and she moved for 7 months. So as we talking, Katasha and his daughter up there arguing. So we had to cut our session short, run up there and see what was going on. And Katasha and his daughter about to scrap. I don't know, she's talking about pull your wig off, the whole nine. I'm like, we're not doing this today. We didn't come here for that, you know? He take her away, we all talking everything. So that night when we go to the pool after dinner, they squashed it, squared it away, we cool. They go to the pool, you know, I'm mama. Mama ain't finna get no pool, ain't finna get no water. I'm sitting on the sidelines drinking a little drink, just chilling, you know. She come over there to talk to me. And I could tell something was on her mind. And I said, well, what happened that, you know, that day when your mama had to come get you? Like, was y'all fighting over cheating, infidelity? What was it? You know, I'm thinking it's an argument. She's like, no, it was physical. It's been physical. Wait a minute, how long? She tell me the length of time. I'm like, wait a minute, you know. So the problem that came in that was, you on reality TV. You got cameras here. So you talking, you thinking you talking in confidence, but you really not. These folks hearing everything. So the producers, by that time, this could be a liability for them. They're like, hey, we need you to talk to the head lady here, to the host, and let her know what's going on. I'm like, man, I don't know. I don't really know if I want to do this. She don't want me to say nothing. They was like, Casey, this is serious. You need to talk to this lady so we can kind of get this worked out, because anything could happen. The next day come, they all asking me, my dudes, why you ain't telling us nothing? Why they keep pulling you away? I'm like, man, I can't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just doing my thing. I'm doing what they tell me to do. We all out in Calabasas. What I'm gonna do? Tell these folks, no, man, I don't want to do this shit. I'm ready to go to the house. I'm on the show, you know. So I was obligated to discuss what she talked about.
Right.
But in that obligation, it brought up my own pain, and it brought up the stuff I went through with her dad.
Right.
Now, to clear up something, yes, I was in a coma for 6 days. It was medically induced, but I was so stressed out from dealing with him and all the stuff. And Tasha, you know, because we used to work together in the door. You know what I went through with him. Baby, that C-Dog was a hot mess. But it was so much and so just compact. I didn't want people in my business. I didn't want to tell nobody nothing, so I held it in. But as you hold stuff in, it eats you up.
Right, absolutely.
I started having panic attacks. They led to seizures to the point to where I was having seizures back to back. The doctor's like, we can't stop it. We got to figure out what's wrong. And they placed me in a coma. When I came out of coma, I couldn't talk. I thought I was talking. I was mumbling. I was on a walk. I couldn't get my balance. So at that point, I said, God, if you bring me out of this whole situation, everything I'm going through from him to all the stress, I'm going to leave it alone. And that's what made me walk away.
Right.
So when talking to this lady, all this emotion coming up and all this stuff I done been through. She's like, you're a domestic violence survivor. I'm looking at her like, no, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? He ain't never just beat me to no bloody pulp.
It's more.
But we done had some physical. We done had some wrestling.
Right.
We done had some, you know, all kind of stuff, which most females have been through stuff with your dude.
Right.
But you don't actually understand that it's domestic violence. I was at the time 39 years old and didn't realize it was domestic violence. You know what I mean? So as I'm talking to her and relaying this information to her, she's like, well, I really need to talk to Katasha, because you need to let her know what you've been through. Well, Katasha know what I've been through, because she was right there. Growing up, she was right there with me and her dad. So she know the things that we went through and the issues we had. And we moved past that. Me and her dad, actually, we on speaking terms, we good friends, we cool now. But we did go through that struggle. So for me to go on there and listen to that was a whole lot of pain. It was a whole lot of things, and I'm like, this my baby, this my stepdaughter. But I've been around her since she was 2. I don't want her to endure all that. On top of me knowing that this dude this much older, and it's been going on for this length of time. At this point, I feel like it's on a whole nother level. You know what I mean?
Let's see if he requested to come in.
That's it.
So at that point, it was like, okay. The lady go talk to Katasha and Victor, and she go to say she want to tell her side. She want to tell her story. They call me back in there. I'm hugging her, letting her know it's okay. We gonna just let it go. let it go. Either you gonna be with him or you're not gonna be with him. She say, I want to stay with him. I don't want to leave him. At that point, all I can do is just be open. All I can do is say I'm here. I done told you what I done been through. You done seen what I've been through. They have told her what we all have been through. But if she want to stay, I can't kidnap her.
Right.
I want to hug her, pull her, and make her stay with me, but I can't do that. She grown.
She'll go back if that's what she wants anyway.
Exactly. So it's just at a point to where it's like, okay, now it's like you have to let go and let God sometimes. It's not to say that you don't love the person, you don't support them, you don't want to see the best for them. But at this point, when it's like that, you have to just give it to God and just pray for them and just pray that they make it through. And when they tired, they'll know they tired. When they ready to leave, they know they're ready to leave. But us as being a support system, we just have to let the person know that we're there and we're available.
Right.
And as far as he goes, me and him have had some conversations and things like that. And from my understanding, it's a two-way street. It could be a two-way street because I know I was there. At a certain point in time, after you've been fighting so long, you gonna be aggressive too.
Right.
I'm gonna fight back, or then you get to a point to where you doing more things than what that person by that time do. Like, wait a minute, I didn't know you had all this in you.
Right.
So
you're trying to fight back now.
So now you in a situation where it's toxic, and that's what I say. You get to where it's toxic. Now I'm not saying it's them. I'm saying from my experience.
Right.
So long of going through this and that, then you finna start, and then now both of y'all chaotic. Boom, 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 boom. Y'all fighting, arguing, this and that. But you ain't finna let nobody come in between y'all. Y'all being half back kill each other. Let somebody come knock on that door. Y'all probably both finna cuss them out for being in y'all business.
Right.
And sometimes you get to that point, the people who want to support you have to back up, because at this point I'm trying to help, but I can't help you. And that's just kind of where I'm at. If anybody have any questions, Tasha, I ain't good at this, but just let me know.
So we have one person on here that says, I always tell people when you're tired, you will let go. Which is so correct. And we as a whole, men and women, have to understand that abuse is more than physical. So that's where most people get, I haven't been abused before. That's because they're only looking at leaks. They're only looking at somebody's grabbed them, choked them, kicked them. It's more than that. People can abuse you more verbally and damage your life more verbally than they can physically. You got some people that'll say some shit that will break you down so far in your life that you don't even know if you can withstand it or come up. And the reason why people don't understand it, you should know that verbal is worse than physical, because that's where bullying comes in at. That's why people commit suicide from bullying, because the words. A lot of times, that's why we as females, I know more of, when we meet somebody and we love them or fall in love with them, we start to discuss our past with them. We start to discuss who we are with them. And at the end of the day, as soon as the moment comes that they don't get what they want, you're doing the opposite of what they need you to do, then your past becomes an issue. It becomes the topic. It becomes their weapon against you. And it kind of takes you back into the depression or the stress or heartache or whatever you've been through. It takes you back into that realm, and it starts to hurt you worse than it would if somebody hit you.
That's true.
And so a lot of times women don't understand that men use, and a lot of them use what you've been through to keep you with them, or keep you, make it feel like that nobody else is gonna love you like they do because you've already been through this. Yeah. This person's already done this to you. And some of them will use it not to do some things, but do other things to manipulate your mind or control you or whatever. But there's a lot of people that have been through domestic violence. God, I can't come.
That's Twan.
That's Twan.
Grown folks show.
Oh, okay. So our co-host is trying to get on here, but
Tell him go on his page.
Yeah, he's on this page. Oh, Twan, come on for Grown Folks and go onto your personal page, sir, and request to get on through Grown Folks, sir. Lord Jesus, y'all. There is all kinds of abuse, mentally, physically, emotionally, and verbal. Absolutely. And it really is. And I think that more people are so keyed in on physical You know, well, they never hit me, and this, well, that does not matter. But then sometimes the verbal abuse will make us become physical.
Mm-hmm.
And people don't understand that sometimes, because I used to be definitely that person I hit first.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm popping off. Yeah.
Bang, let's
And
go.
so it's like, you know, because people will push you until you on that ledge, and you feel like you have to come out fighting,
Right.
and you have to fight your way out. I mean, I know I have at least 2 exes that will say, they were like, man, all you did was fight on me. But that's because you did bullshit, though. So my attitude was a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, I understand it in a lot of ways. Some things, I don't look at every altercation or every physical altercation as domestic violence. I don't. Because I know as a person with a mouth, that sometimes you can push so far into a person's soul that they come out fight just like you do. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we as women, and I'm a very open and honest person. I don't just because I'm a woman defend what women do. And I know sometimes as women we'll push. And as soon as a nigga hit us, now we crying victim.
Yeah.
But we
What part did we play in?
we know we played the part because, nigga, you ain't gonna hit me. You ain't gonna hit me, and your finger all in his face, you in his face, and what else do you expect?
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying every time a man hit a woman they have a reason to do it, but sometimes they do.
Yeah.
And so I don't want people to use that as a crutch of saying, "Oh, I'm a domestic violence victim," and you're not.
Right.
You're a toxic person, and you don't want to admit that you're toxic, because you have the women that they'll wait until a guy get out in public, in front of his friends,
And start cutting.
and cut the fuck up, and think that a man is not gonna react to that in a way that they may shouldn't, but you put them to that point. You know, I'm seeing a woman come in, and it's so crazy, y'all. A woman came into a club where her child's father was at. And because he was sitting around a couple of women, she just slapped the shit out of him.
Whoa.
He didn't answer the phone, nothing. Slapped the shit out of him. Well, later, a couple of years later, because mind you, this is what she do. Whenever she felt like she was angry, she would hit him, fight him, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, there was an incident that happened, and he ended up shooting her, and she died.
See.
So guess what? All her people are on it. Oh yeah, see, because but y'all don't know what she's done in all these years to steady torture this man. And it wasn't that he tried to, it was a thing that he couldn't see. And when he just grabbed his gun, he shot. He didn't know if he was shooting somebody, he just shot.
That's
but you put him in a predicament to where he had to defend himself, but then you end up passing away. And then everybody wants to blame him. Well, you were the problem though. And more than one person knew that she was the problem. So it's not, okay. Kyron, go and lock the door. It wasn't like, Kyron, unlock the door.
Okay.
It wasn't like, this is what he wanted to do. You used to embarrass the shit out of him.
Yeah.
You know, and that was domestic violence.
And that's years of toxic, that's that toxic relationship. You have years of going back and forth and bullying and a woman slapping him or cussing him out in front of everybody. He doing this. And then when you get so used to it and you keep doing it, but then one day something gonna happen. Something is gonna happen. And so you have to realize if it's not gonna work, baby, it's just not gonna work. Yeah. Go your way and I'm gonna go mine. But if you stay in it, you keep on
festering.
What I say?
God can't bless no mess.
You can't. At the end of the day, you can't.
Right, absolutely.
But you know, toxic is now a trait. They done made it a trait. Have you heard, like, it's all like people say, I'm toxic.
And that's not a good thing to be saying that you're toxic. You know.
I mean, and a lot of the things I would say that a lot of people go through is from generational curses as well.
Yeah.
You have men that have seen their dads or their uncles or their grandfathers drag women down the street, drag them in the house, slap them, choke them. And so guess what? They feel like, oh, this is what you do when your woman not doing what you say do. Or this is what you do when they not acting right. Or you had women back in the day that would pull guns out on their men when they seen them do stuff. Or try to stab them. And then you have these young girls or these women, turn your wife out, brother. You have these women that see this, and so they think, oh, okay, when you catch your man cheating, this is what you do. And it ends up not only hurting you, but hurting everybody. Because if you have a child in the middle of this situation, you're putting your child in danger, because your child won't only lose the mother, but they'll lose the father. And people don't understand that. And that's why sometimes it's just best for us. I have a couple of guy friends that I always say, their mama taught them, if she hit you, leave.
Yeah.
Because that means it's going to get ugly, you're going to go to jail, you're going to end up hurting them. You're going to lose your freedom. And I wish most men thought like that, and I wish most women thought like that. If you got to put your hands on them, it's time to move around.
But then the other thing on that too, just to piggyback off what you said, Tasha, is that when you think about the child in a situation that make her get hurt, or the child lose the mom or daddy, the child may not lose mom and daddy. They may grow old together and still be hollering, cussing, fussing, but the child has absorbed all of this stuff.
Toxic.
So this child grows up with that cycle, and they, like you said, this is the way I saw it, this is the way I saw it, and then it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. So, but I don't know.
One of you other ladies, you guys have something to say? Let's talk. Let's
Yeah,
talk.
because you know what I'm gonna tell y'all. On the show now, it was 2 days because they kicked us off early.
Third day.
We supposed to have 3
Yeah.
days. They kicked us off by day 2. They said, y'all get y'all, pack it up, sis. Get on there, y'all got to go back to Dallas because y'all with that bullshit. So we had to leave.
What do they expect out of a reality show, though, that's about violence?
It wasn't supposed to be about violence. It was supposed to be like he was 55, she 25, and we supposed to not have a
But
agreement.
it turned into information.
She came out
coming
that
out.
nobody knew about.
Okay.
So when it came out, the producers were shocked, like, wait a minute, this is serious than what
Right.
we thought.
Right.
We thinking it's something totally different, but it's really something else. Like my mama say, when somebody talking to you and they putting their hands under their lap, they got something to hide. Like, it's something there. And even if she was lying about him not putting his hands up on her, you could tell by her body language. You could tell when you talking to her that their relationship ain't right. Like,
Or does she fear him?
yeah, like when you talk to her, she look at him and he speak for them. Or
Baby, that's an indicator right there.
Yeah,
Red flag, honey.
but then, like when somebody asks her, "Is you ready to leave?" Oh, I don't want to leave. This is my man. Like, I love him and I'm not going nowhere.
That's because he's created this blanket, and he's made her feel like you can leave me, but nobody's gonna love you like I do. Nobody's gonna care for you like I do. Because I know when me and Casey spoke, we were talking about how she looked at him as a father figure. So that alone is a red flag. I don't want to be with no man that I feel like he my dad.
Not for real.
No man wants to be with a woman. They want you to have they can cook like my mom.
Some of the church.
They love like my
Will not
mom.
be my mom.
They don't want where you going, when you coming in the house, who you going with. That's to me like a mama.
Yeah.
That's what mamas do. That's what you do to your own kids. So people don't want that. So he's created that within her, and she feels like, well, he took me in. He's been there for me. When I need something, he get it. Cause men and women know how to, especially men though with younger girls, they know how to use money as leverage. She can say she needs something. You hungry? He makes sure she fed, and so she might be like, if I meet somebody else, they may not provide for me at all. I may be on my damn own, and I'm not ready to be on my own. And that's so scary that we have to feel like that. That's why, I used to want a daughter so bad. When I found out I was pregnant with a boy, I was like, I cried. But then at the end of the day, I kind of was like, whoa, relieved, because you see all the stuff going on with daughters, sex trafficking. You got to go through the domestic violence. You got to go through the little boys, making your daughter. I've seen so many things in the news lately with boys, and guess what? It's always one girl with them. It's like they're so women's and females' minds, especially younger girls now. Their minds are so easy to be manipulated by young boys. They make them feel like you're not down with me if you don't come with me to hit this lick.
Yeah.
And guess what? They end up dying with them, or they end up going to prison with them.
Or for them.
Or for them, because they make them feel like, man, they ain't gonna really do nothing too much to you. They'll let you out early. They ain't gonna hold you like that. But me, man, they gonna try to hang me. So the manipulation kicks in.
Yeah.
And to me, that's abuse as well.
It's mental abuse. It's mental abuse. You have somebody who get in your mind and telling you this and telling you that, that's mental abuse.
It really is. I'm telling y'all. So when I managed apartments, I would see so many females come in to get apartments, but they couldn't talk for themselves. I'm talking about, it's like the guy come in, now she looking for me, you know me.
No, you already know what it is.
Baby, is it for her yet?
Yeah.
Period. And if it was for her, well, that's who I need to talk to. I don't need to talk to you.
Right.
See, because whatever y'all got going on outside her won't happen in her. I'm gonna shut you down, or y'all can both leave and go try somewhere else.
Right.
But you won't be able to do that here, because I can kind of see it from there. Because this is her. Like, I didn't know the girl talked, and he would come in. Now honey, no, not her, not today.
Yeah.
We won't be doing that. And you can tell she was scared. I mean, like, have you ever seen somebody shaking, but they just not trembling too bad, but they're just like, they're just sitting there like, they won't look at you, no eye contact, they looking down, and that one person is always saying something. That is so dangerous to me. And sometimes you want to get in it, but then guess what? It really ain't your business, because it seems like they know what they're going through.
Exactly.
And they're okay with it. Some people want to get out, but some people feel like that they love that person so much that they'll change. And it's not just, us as women, we always feel like, he'll change one day. I just keep loving him. The more I love him, he'll find a stop. Oh, that doesn't mean that. Some people are already too gone, and there's no point of return for them. And some people are kind of like my friend Deanna's husband. He was mental. It just, the more people I kept talking to, because I didn't know him personally, but my friends that went to junior high school with him said he was crazy in junior high school. So it's like that trait. It's like, just like when you grow up, shit get bigger. Yeah. Crazy got bigger. And sometimes we don't see it in people, because when I watch First 48 sometimes, them boys kill them girls, wrap them up in blankets, go drop them off in the woods.
Like ain't nothing
happened. Those people have deeper issues. And I feel like sometimes, and that's why mental health is definitely a subject we need to talk about. And my friend Reagan, she's an Arlington police officer. She says she sees it all the time. And it's scary. But I told one of my staff members when I was managing, everybody might say why I keep saying he was. I gave him 2 weeks notice and left. But it's like I want to build a platform to talk to younger women about their issues, because we just don't have to talk about domestic violence. Let's talk about a lot of stuff, because some females were born in a household where their mother depended on the government. So they don't even know how not to depend on the government. So when they get a little nappy head ass Negro to come along that's selling a couple of ounces or a couple of zips at his, at his front of his homeboy house, and he got a couple of $100 here and there, he $100 there. And so they 100 there. So they feel like that, oh, my man He got me because he giving you $20 or he let you get your nails done. He let you get your hair done. So now you starting to depend on this boy, and you haven't even learned how to step out on your own yet. And so you end up being condemned in this toxic ass relationship.
Right.
And so he began to do bullshit, and you let him do it because you feel like, whatever I need, he got me. But really, he don't.
You don't.
Because you can't tell him to go buy your house.
Yeah.
Tell him to buy your car. I didn't say go get one in his name.
I ain't tell you to go to Mega Motors.
Right. And you go to Mega Motors. I'm talking about.
Give me something for real. Help me get on my feet.
Establish my life for me if you got it like that.
Yeah. But at the same time, we still got to teach our sons and daughters. You got to learn how to take care of yourself. You shouldn't have to depend on nobody. Teach them early. Teach them early. That way they don't end up in these situations where they relying on somebody to do and get their needs and their wants.
So we got a couple of people who talking in here. I always stop and go over my views. It's true that mental health is a major issue and it's been elevated more now. Thank you, Treasure. One of my friends got it. They say I like the panel set up. We looking good, ladies. I'm so blessed for my mother's prayers. My college boyfriend was so abusive, but you would have never knew that. And that's one of my friends. And so what's so crazy about it? Me is her friend. Wouldn't have never thought, 'cause she don't play this shit. You know, this is a motherfucker that's gonna fight.
Yeah.
Like, nuck if you buck, for real.
Yeah.
You know, and you would never think, you know, that a person that's so strong would go through a relationship that they're being abused in. But sometimes our minds as women, I can be honest, I've been weak before, please know. And I'm not ashamed to say I've been weak behind a Negro before. And I feel like he was God almost. You know, whatever he said was right. However he said do it was what we supposed to do.
Yeah.
I mean, so I can speak from experience to other women or other young ladies that, hey, I've had somebody to hit me before, and I ain't say they done hit me before.
I know they got hit back knowing you.
I probably pull my pistol out on them too.
That's what I'm
at the same time. But not everybody is there.
No, they're not.
You know, not everybody is there. I've had, and when I was younger, let me say this to the viewers. When I was younger, a little dumber, a little more naive, I thought when a man put their hands on you, that's because they love you.
Yeah.
What they say, young, dumb, and full of cum.
Yeah, young, dumb, and full of cum. Because rest his soul, Bozo. When I used to date Bozo. Bozo got mad at me one day for doing something, and my friend, because I used to do her at my house.
Yeah.
And I was doing my friend her, and he said something, and I cussed at him. He said, when this game over with, I'm gonna come slap the fuck out of you. I said, boy, bye, hung up the phone. He came right over there and slapped the fuck out of me. No bullshit. And I was so stunned, I ain't know what to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's some things that he did sometimes. He done kicked the bitch downstairs before. He done,
You already know. I come from Foreign Ridge.
Yes.
I done seen him drag a girl from one side of the parking lot to the other and did what he had to do, and she better not say nothing.
But guess what? So
And
the problem,
everybody just sit back and watch, cause we don't want to get involved.
you know why? Because she ain't going nowhere.
She gonna go right the next day.
Baby, understand, but you know why though? It's like when you got a man to do everything.
Yeah.
They pay your rent. They pay for your car. They pay for everything. You like, baby, I live. You know what I'm saying?
Because he like, I can get another one of you.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
you feel like, let me take it.
Yeah,
I don't want him to be with nobody else. I need him to take care of me.
Exactly.
Come on, man.
It said ain't nothing but a little bit of straightening. What are you talking about?
That song.
Oh, and the song. Right, Montreal. Olivia's a gangster. So you wouldn't have thought that she would have went through something like that, but now that we do, you know, it's kind of like, you know, my cousin say she been there. Olivia said she was too embarrassed to tell us. Well, number one, you didn't tell us because you knew what would have happened.
Yeah.
See, when you know you got a crew that will ride down on a nigga, all of us,
Yeah.
you know, we was deep.
Yeah.
We would roll down on him. But then when you don't know if that's really what you want,
You know,
it's kind of difficult. You know, you got some people that you call them, we on our way, we got our pistols with us, our bats, our knives, whatever it is. But at the end of the day, you don't want to go through that, but you still don't want him hurt. It's so crazy. It's so crazy how we live.
You tied to him emotionally.
Yeah.
You gotta know how to let go. You gotta know how to leave if it's getting in the car, getting in the apartment, leave. But you gotta know how to cut off them emotions. You have to know when you ready to leave, you'll leave. And that's why and a lot of women or men not gonna tell their people what's going on because they not emotionally ready to go.
They not, you're not. And then sometimes, we're stuck in that because we don't even know what we worked at that time anyway. Once you begin to know your worth of, honey, I don't even need him. I can get off my ass on my own 2 feet and get my own ass out there and get my own money, and then I don't have to deal with this shit.
Right.
But when we young, we dumb, and like you said, full of calm. We just want to be that bitch to say, oh, well, I don't got to work. He take care of me. That's what it is for me. I'm good.
Yeah.
And it's crazy, but I mean, we can talk about it now.
Yeah.
And it is. The crazy part about I was never embarrassed about how my friends. I've always been open to my friends. It is what it is. They can say what they want to say, but I'm do what I want to do. I've always been my own person to do how I want to do it my way, no matter what nobody thought of me.
True.
So it's kind of like, hey, this is what it is in my life.
Yeah.
This how I'm gonna handle it. Y'all still want to be friends? Cool. If you don't.
If you don't buy.
You don't. So it's just like we just have to learn how to give people the advice and step the fuck back.
Yeah, true. And see, that's one thing I want to bring up too, like even when speaking to Ashley when we was on the show. And some of the comments that you had, and they didn't really show a lot of Ashley, but Ashley had a whole lot that she was saying. But every time she would talk, he would cut her off.
Because I want to punch him in his throat. That's why. Because I want to punch him in his throat.
She would cut him off. And her thing was, I see through all this. Even when we doing a question, she was like, he's slick. He a slick talker. She seen through it. I was more the, okay, y'all, let's just kind of see where it go. But Ashley was more like, nah, I ain't trying to hear that. I ain't trying to hear that. He doing stuff to her. Now, that's it. And so, when I go back and read the reviews and the comments, out of everybody, her hunger was telling the truth. Her hunger was real. Her hunger, that's the hunger everybody needs. Not somebody who gonna come and rub you back and, baby, it's gonna be all right. Sometimes you need that to love somebody to say, wake the fuck up.
Nah, for real.
Wake the fuck up.
See, that's my problem. That's me sometimes. People be feeling like they be in their feelings, but bitch, I gotta tell you this right here. It's straightforward. I ain't giving you a piece of sugar in my shit. It's all salt. And I'm laying it on the table, and that's what it is.
And see, that's my problem, cause I'm the sugar
sugar
over shit. Cause I don't wanna. My thing, I don't wanna close that door. I still want you to understand that you got me. Cause I know if I come down too hard on you, you gonna shut the door. But guess what? It ended up happening anyway. It ended up happening anyway. Just a couple of days ago, she shut the door. She shut the door and said, "I don't want to talk to you no more forever." That broke my heart. That broke my girl's heart. You tell me you don't want to talk to me forever, and I'm just showing you I'm trying to be.
But that wasn't from her, no way. That was from him.
That was from him.
Yeah, that's the obvious is obvious.
I think it's more. I think she was more becoming embarrassed because all this stuff coming out the shoulder and her, everybody coming down on her. She had a point. She like, you know what? I just don't want to.
Yeah, let me just keep living how I'm living, and y'all do what y'all do. We got somebody say, I feel that I was too embarrassed. So when she went through hers, she said I had to fast him out of my spirit. And that's deep, honey.
You know that they say that women are we receivers, because when you lay down with a man, whatever demons he battling,
we take them.
You take them on. And I think that's the reason why Katasha left me in the dark, because I got a problem. My problem is once you become my friend, my loyalty is to you, period.
Yes, point blank.
And I ain't finna sit there and let no nigga pound on anybody. I don't care if she go back to him. So I have to sometimes separate myself from that, because my friendship gets me into a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
You mean? So I understand why she stopped talking to me and why I was left in the dark on so many situations, because I was completely blown by everything that was. Y'all was telling me stuff that I didn't even know.
Well, even like Nene,
But I was finding out things because I'm in her family. So, family gonna gossip.
Yeah.
So, during the time we was finding out about the stuff, her grandma was on her last days. So everybody was coming up to the hospital, you know, just catching up with each other. And her mama was like, yeah, I know I had to get Katasha away from that old ass nigga. So I'm like, what? So she was like, yeah, he been beating her and I had to go over there because I'm going to kill him. He put his hands on her again. So Katasha was like, yeah, me and Ebony, which is her sister, she was like, me and Ebony just gonna get an apartment together. I ain't going back. A few months passed by. She called me like, cousin, can you come on this show with me? I'm getting married to Victor. So I'm like, who is Victor? I'm thinking this a whole nother man.
Right.
So she was like, you remember when he came over for Thanksgiving or whatever? So I was like, yeah. She was like, you ain't gotta agree for us to be together. They need people like you that don't agree with our relationship. So I was like, okay, cool. I'll go in there with you or whatever. So that's when the producers end up reaching out to me and telling me stuff. But then her sister was telling me stuff like, baby, she was living in the house with the wife and I just can't deal with them and all this. So I'm like, what? So I'm like, first of all, I don't even like the fact that my cousin is only... She was, 24 at the time? And he was, 55? Like, what? So, my mama ended up throwing her, like, a surprise party because she ended up telling us that she never had a party ever in her life. So, my mama ended up throwing her a surprise party. She came for an hour. And she was ready to go. So, we like, the party just now getting started.
Right.
And it's for you. Like,
was he there?
He was there.
Hmm.
So... He was like, tell your people it's you, so they won't think it's me. So we like, what? So she was like, yeah, I'm drunk, y'all, I'm ready to go. So we like, Katasha, like, your family just now coming. Her best friend didn't even get to make it because she had already left before her best friend could even come. That's how fast she left. So I was just like, telling my mama, like, Mom, something not right, or whatever. So then... we talking about that or whatever, so I'm telling them like, y'all know the show, we was supposed to went on the show way last year, but the pandemic happened. So they ended up reaching back out to us again and was like, hey, we know the pandemic happened, so we're gonna go ahead and fly y'all out in February. So we like, okay, cool. So everybody, you know, we supposed to have met up at Chili's, Buffalo Wild Wings. So Katasha was like, yeah, I want everybody to know each other before we go on the show. We go to Buffalo Wild Wings. She telling us that she getting ready to jump on her best friend. So I'm like, what? So she was like, yeah, we got into it because she had an attitude. Ooh. So I'm like, huh? So in my head, I'm thinking, okay, when we get on this show, it's finna be a problem because she's saying her best friend haven't spoken at all. And so I'm like, y'all still ain't spoken. By this time, we on a plane heading to Cali. So she like, nah, I still ain't talked to her. So when we get to the airport, I see her. I never met her, never seen her, don't know her name, nothing. So we all get in the car. So she texts me like, it's her. So I'm like, this your best friend and you ain't speaking, you ain't introducing, nothing. Like,
It was weird.
it was just, the whole situation was crazy to me. So when we did the task or whatever, and once we tried to speak on it, he was like, oh, we don't fight. Like, it's nothing, we just argue.
So
I was like, okay, why her mama had to come get her if y'all just arguing? Like, her mama shouldn't get involved. So he was like, oh, she just blew it out of proportion. It wasn't nothing. But come to find out, it's to the point where you knocking her out, where she's going to sleep and she's this small.
Right.
Like, so, like, when people was asking me as the show aired, people was asking me like, Nene, is this show real? Like, was y'all acting? I'm like, no, this is real life. Like, this is my cousin. She's really going through domestic violence. And I was in her shoes. So sometimes some of the stuff I could understand how she feeling. Because I used to get into it with my mama and my sister and my auntie, like, y'all not gonna fuck with my nigga. Like, I don't give a damn. I got a whole black eye, my face fucked up.
Right.
They
Right.
mad than a bitch, ready to come air some shit out.
Right.
I'm like, y'all say, I don't know what y'all on, I don't give a fuck. I'm
But y'all
around my
ain't gonna fuck with him.
nigga.
But we here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was just like my first baby daddy, me and him was a domestic violence relationship.
Mhm.
So I just used to talk to God like, God, you get me out this situation, I ain't gonna never be with a man that beat my ass. Got into another relationship and the same thing happened. So now I'm just single. I'm just like, I don't even want no man. I don't want, like, I don't trust men. It
Right.
just, cause I'm so traumatized from what I've been through. So it's just like, I can't believe I used to put these niggas over my family. Like my mama, like, it was, I done went through so much and I'm telling her like, cousin, I know what you going through.
Yeah.
That's why you telling everybody you don't fuck with us, you don't want to talk to us. You went and got married to this man and didn't tell nobody. Nobody in your family. So I know what you going through. Cause when I used to take my baby daddies back, I don't want to talk to my family. Cause I already know what they.
You gonna have to do that.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
Cause at the end of the day, I love him.
Right.
And y'all
ain't gonna deal with him.
I
Yeah.
do. We stay by ourselves. We don't stay with y'all, so y'all ain't gotta deal with him. So I understand her emotions and her feelings, but at the same time, it's better to leave. I have grown so much. I have blossomed so much. Everything just up. Everything just been blessings after blessings after blessings. Like, I don't even stress no more. I used to stress. I used to cry myself to sleep. I used to pray about it like, God, please change this man. Please let him love me. Please show him that it don't have to be physical.
Right.
I used to talk to God all the time. And then when we get into it, I used to talk to God and be like, God, if this man ain't for me, can you show me something happen?
He show you, you still look over it, act like it didn't happen, and then ask him to show you something for real. You know,
Show me one more time.
It's great.
Show me this time. I'm gone,
I think
for
every
real.
woman out there, and like I said, not even just physical, but emotionally, verbally, everybody's been through that. You'll get your sign and be like, oh, no, that wasn't it.
Yeah.
God, can you show me a sign? Be like, babe, I just,
You be like, I don't think
that's
that
what I did. We got somebody that says, Tasha, these young ladies need to hear this because they think that's love. Because some of them never had love. Coming from a broken home, they grow up seeing that and they think that's okay. Some women are scared to be alone.
Right.
My mental was too weak and he was my first, okay? So Crenshaw says, question for all the panel. If you were with a man 5 years, no incidents, he hits you during an argument, is it an immediate termination and why? Okay, so I'll speak first. Crenshaw, for me, no, it wouldn't be an immediate termination. Because I need to know why he hit me. Was it because I pushed him? Was it because of I know my mouth can get fucking boys in the hood. You know, like real R-rated, real raw. So where you, bitch, we finna fight. I'm sick of you. Because I probably done said your mama suck dick, your granny eat ass. I probably done said all kinds of stuff. Because you gotta, the mama and the granny, your granddaddy suck dick, everything. But the reason why though is because I know it's finna touch your soul.
Yeah.
Just like you pissed me off, I want to get so fucking deep down in your shit that, hey, I really don't give a fuck what I say. So at that point, we start talking about people, motherfucking mom and grandma, especially if they dead. You know, my grandmama dead.
You like,
Well,
I don't give a
you know, fuck her, you know, whatever. But that's just doing the like, you know,
extreme.
That's when y'all so deep into the goddamn argument that you can't. So no, I wouldn't on the first time. Now, if it became repetitive, Crenshaw, then yes, I would, because at that point I feel like this is what you like to do, and I ain't the one to do that with. So let me go ahead and step away while I could. So what about you?
It's a yes for me, it's termination, because I done been through, like my first time ever being in a relationship was in high school. And my mom and dad they raised me like real good Christian based. My daddy was in the military, so you know what type of mama I had. She was a homemaker, loved her kids. So I didn't know nothing about domestic violence. And the first dude I started dating in high school, I was at his house and I had took care of his family. That's what broke my heart. Like I had literally was giving him money because his mama used to be on crack. So she wasn't taking care of her responsibilities. And I felt like when you get with somebody, you like, Your family is gonna be my family. So whatever y'all need, I got. And I was doing it. And then one time, I don't know what happened, I walked into the house and he wanted me to leave. And I was like, why are you tripping? And it's all of a sudden he hauled off and punched me dead in my mouth. And I remember my tooth going through my lip. And I called my father, who's a police officer. And he military, you know, he came and got me. Like, and I remember after he hit me, he was so scared of my reaction. He hopped in his car and took off with his friends. That was my first ever time with domestic violence. But I turned around and married somebody who took the cake off the icing. You know what I'm saying? He was cheating on me. And when I would catch him, that's when he would go into fighting on me, punching on me, splitting my lip. I stabbed him multiple times. It wouldn't stop him. He got keloids on his back from me trying to gut him like the mother he is, okay? So, to me, I don't play with that because I done been through things that could have cost me my life. Because I remember the last fight we had, I was on the couch. I will never forget this. And he was choking me and I was going in and out. And I was like, God, this is the way I'm going. This is the way I'm going. And I remember me having my keys because I was trying to leave before any of this happened. I took my keys and I was just jabbing it. Every time I would come back, I would just jab at his throat. And I would go back out. And then when I would come back in, I would just jab at his throat. Now I remember I was on the phone with my daddy before it started. Because I was like, I need to get out of here. It's getting real bad. It's time for me to, I was at that point. And it's crazy how close I was to leaving. And I almost lost my life. And I just remember we started arguing. So all you hear is blows on the phone. So you know what my daddy do? He called the cops. They show up, it's blood everywhere. It ain't my blood though, but still. To me, it's if a man can ever have, even if you wish cutting him with words, he can use the same thing and cut you with words. Why we gotta get physical? Because love don't hurt. I don't care what nobody say. Love don't hurt. Yeah. It may have some things to where you feel like, oh, I'm sad, but it don't hurt. So physical, cut him loose. Because if he punch you once, he gonna punch you again.
Okay, next.
Yep. If I've been with a man 5 years and all of a sudden he feel like he should hit me, I'm gonna let him loose because I already been through that twice. And then me, I'm not no violent person. I'm not gonna hit you back. So every time I used to get beat, I ball up. Or I'm finna take off running. I'm finna put everybody in my business. Like, so everybody knew, like, Nene is not the problem. It gotta be these niggas. So, yeah, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna go and chunk you the deuce. Like, I'm gonna be like, bye, because I already told myself I'm not even finna play with nobody else no more. So,
facts.
Yeah.
Casey?
What's his name? Crenshaw?
Yeah.
No, Crenshaw. Crenshaw. I'm gone, baby. I'm too old for all that, baby. This old hoe right here gonna have to stand somewhere. I'm gonna trunk you to do now, bro. Because the same, I just feel like, because I know I done been through it. I done been through it. Now I'm watching my stepdaughter go through it. I got 3 daughters I'm raising. They sure don't need to see nothing like this. So it happened the first time. Okay, if I say, okay, yeah, I'm gonna give him a little chance, guarantee you it's gonna happen again. So I'm just gonna cut my losses, brother, and you go your way, I'll go mine. That's it.
Most of the time I hit first anyway.
That's
so.
why she
See, I know her down.
She goes straight
I can't leave. I heard first by having my finger all up in there. It is what it is.
But everybody different.
So,
Everybody different. So
my cousin Brenda said, I like this. Are y'all going to continue this sharing and telling our stories? Definitely helps the next woman, girl, and lets them know that they are not alone. The show is every Wednesday at 7:30. We have multiple topics. So make sure y'all like, share, and comment. Like, share, and comment. Our page is Grown Folks Business Podcast. It's tagged on the page that you're on. Don't forget to follow and like the page. We talk about everything on this show. When I say everything, I mean no bars, holes on this show. We talk about everything. Yesterday we talked a little bit about polygamy. So I mean,
wait a minute. Okay, so and I'm sorry.
No, go right ahead.
We at the show. So if anybody seen the show, if y'all seen the show, just put a thumbs up on the page or something. If you look at Family of Fiance, Katasha and Victor. So they didn't show a lot of the extra, but we in the kitchen. His best friend walked by, and what did he say?
He said, "You know his brother is a what?
You know his brother polygamous." I'm like, you're not a man of many words, but when you say something,
right?
Your brother does this. Is she up in this? And he just walked by with that Hawaii 5 Hawaii 5 tight ass t-shirt on. That brother polygamous too, and walked off, and I'm like, is this real? Is this black people really doing this
No
stuff?
sugar, Montreal. You know
But-
I don't give sugar out.
But it's like, for you to say that with polygamy, like for me, that's kind of, I heard folks doing lifestyle or just to play around,
shades,
but I
we
haven't
don't know
heard,
this
I
about
really haven't heard
relationships.
of black people who are in polygamous relationships till like maybe the last few months. Maybe I just live on the rock, y'all. I don't know, but I'm gonna have to go back and look at that.
So Olivia says, I was fighting the inedible. I knew dude was definitely not a part of my future, but loyalty came into play for too long. I was destined for too much to have him a part of my life like that. We have someone says, if you walk up aggressive, I'm gone. That's my friend.
Yeah.
And I saw my mom go through this. Is what my homeboy Trail was talking about. He said that is what built my empathy. I applaud these women for their testimony. So I mean, your story. That's why I like the platform that God allowed me to go ahead and blossom in and go ahead and do it. Podcast is definitely something that I've always wanted to do because there's multiple things that I want to talk about when we're talking about grown folk shit.
Yeah.
And also, guys, like, share, and comment. But I also,
so
on a lighter note, wanted to say congratulations to me. I am now part of Connect Credit Consultants team with Miss Sharonda Reeves. So if you guys need your credit repaired, I swear she is the beast.
I heard she's
Nobody's fucking with her. I'm just telling you the honest to God truth. If you're looking to purchase a home in the next year, in the next 6 months, they have multiple programs. She's connected herself and partnered with so many loan officers, so many brokers, so many real estate agents. I mean, when I tell you the girl is bad, she's bad. And when I Tink, your cousin, I referred her, and her score went up 100 something points. I mean, she disputes, she's on it. I mean, when I say she's on it, and not only that, she's a very honest person. She has a lot of integrity. So it's for that, for me, I've been knowing Sharonda since I was younger. Her brother is my homeboy. We went to junior high together. Well, we didn't go to junior high, we went to high school together, ran summer track together. But if you guys are interested in getting your credit repaired, give her a holler. I will start posting some ads on my page. Baker is the code, and you'll get half off the startup fee.
Oh yeah.
And you can do it one time. And what's so great about her, and the reason why I say she's not just trying to get your money, her one-time fee is $700, but this is for unlimited.
Oh yeah.
Unlimited.
You can't beat that.
You cannot beat that. $700 unlimited. People charge $2,000 just to get your shit done in a year. We're talking about unlimited. $99 a month. Plus you pay your credit repair, your credit monitoring, which is Identity IQ. You use it, it gives all three of your FICO scores. I think they're starting to do now, they're giving, just like my FICO, your home, your auto, all that, all your scores, your bank card, all that. So that's a good thing. But I gotta be honest, she took my score up over 100 some points. So when it was time to buy my home, my score was ready to close. So I made my own decision not to close because the industry is tripping right now. Some of these builders are adding fees in, and baby, who you thought I was,
They doing that because Texas is a hot spot now.
Yeah, because most Californians are moving here, and Californians, they can buy a house cash. They paying $500,000 for a 3-bedroom house in the 30. We paying $185,000 for, $200,000 for, so they saving $300,000, and they're keeping their same salary from California, which California has a really high rate for its minimum wage and their salaries. So what they're making there, here in Texas, they're making a fucking killing. So I mean, I just say, if we're talking about grown folks shit, y'all get y'all credit right. Credit is king. Do you hear me? You can have all the cash in the world, but some shit it can't buy you. Because some people want you to have good credit, even though you can buy it for cash. So, hey, My cousin said they need to take their ass back home. They causing all this traffic for us. They taking all our jobs. I mean, we don't know, but get y'all credit repaired. Everybody, get your credit repaired. Like I said, I will post in the group one of the ads, and I'll post on my personal page. You can call her, use the code word, and most likely I'll do help her as well. Anyway, it's part of assisting her and helping her with marketing as well. But like I said, it's Connect Credit Consultants. Sharonda is the beast. I'm not gonna lie to you. She is truly a beast, and this isn't how she makes her living either. She's a nurse, so she makes her own living. This is just something she felt like she needed to be able to share with people, because she's been in that point before too, where she couldn't get shit in her life, and she figured out how to get it, and now she wants everybody to be the way, so everybody can create credit wealth for themselves as well. Because this pandemic is creating a lot of issues, and me coming out of the apartment business, they are getting stricter with credit. And
background.
Yeah, and the government is getting stricter with what they give.
Yeah.
So you want to be able to have your own and be able to get through it your own way. But again, I thank these ladies for being a part of the show today.
Can I say one thing before?
Yes, of course. And she wants to say something before we leave.
Now, since we don't like to know, I am with somebody now who is, oh my God, that man is amazing. Mama Deuce love him. I love him. That is, and he don't, raising a hand, this man open my doors. He don't let me touch stuff. He pull out seats for me. But he is wanting to take care of me. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna sit back a little bit and let him take care of me.
Hello. Enjoy
I am
the
in a
fruits.
way better relationship. Yeah. So it is possible for women out there that have been a part of domestic violence, for you to find somebody who treats you like the queen you are. Because that's exactly what I have. Shout out, boo.
Hey, shout out to her, boo. We appreciate you, young man. Okay, we appreciate you. Like I said, guys, the show is every Wednesday, 7:30. We do tea time as well. My co-host couldn't make today. It's his nephew's birthday. My baby Jacob, he turned the big. I think 11 today. So tea time. We had tea time last night, and it was off the chain. Just to throw a little bit back by last night, we talked about polygamy. I get tie-tongued a lot. And then people started talking about trains, and then I started talking about the reason why I don't like multiple partners is because I need to be able to inspect dicks first. So we had men on her saying, y'all, who had time for that? Me.
Shit, I'm gonna make sure you ain't got no water.
But see, but when I said that, he was like, y'all taking away the fun from sex, and I'm like, no, y'all think it's foreplay, but we really examining what y'all got going on down there. Y'all just don't know. I'm giving y'all some game right now today that we actually we smelling, we doing all that.
We doing the same thing they doing.
I told them, I said, just like y'all do the smell test with y'all finger, baby, don't think y'all the only ones that think ahead to make sure y'all not gonna get yourself in no bullshit.
Right. Want to bump up.
And then I was telling him, for me, for some women we take multiple showers, and so he was like, well, something gotta be wrong with your pussy if you're taking too many. And thank you, might be y'all examine too. Thank you. I'm glad somebody's being honest.
Yeah.
I take multiple showers sometimes. It's too hot outside.
Yeah.
Bitch, I ran. Kyrie can tell you, we went and did some moving stuff around. So kind of take a shower before we go. Yeah. It's just us as women. He's like, something gotta be wrong down there. If y'all taking that many showers, no, we just want to be clean, baby. Mm-hmm. We might want to get some pussy up later on the way somewhere, and when we want to already ready, baby. Mm-hmm. See, y'all think y'all. I told men before on one of the shows we had. Might hope what you say? What hope that hole right on up. Look inside, right? Oh, y'all open it right on up to look. I mean, I tell them all the time, men always thinking that the reason why they have sex is because they want to. No. The reason why y'all have sex is because we want to.
Facts.
And I had to tell them that, you know, sometimes, well, me, myself, like I said, I'm very honest and upfront. There was a point in my life where I targeted the man I wanted. Like, if I knew I wanted to fuck with you, I knew how to get your attention. So it wasn't that you thinking you fucking me, I wanted to fuck you.
Yeah.
Mm.
You
So,
already have a point out.
Don't think y'all doing it big when y'all really not. Cause see, some men that was like, wait. So my homeboy was like, I just got through talking about this last night. I told nigga, look, he's my we know. She told me it's so true. I mean, it's just like he was like, I told somebody that women be talking to niggas.
Yeah.
They know what they want.
Yeah.
And so they find a way to get it.
Yeah.
And some people don't think that men really think they out here pulling hoes. You not. Hoes pulling you.
Yeah. Don't even realize.
You know? And I'm not saying hoe in a way of you're a slut. I'm saying, you know, that's just my verbiage, y'all. I talk about hunger, hoes, and bitches, and we good with that. We know that we're some wholesome young ladies when we need to be.
Some beautiful ladies.
Yeah, some beautiful. He said, laughing out loud, like, send me a picture of it. You can cut your head off. Look, you slick, Mike, get us told to just send me a shot of that pussy, and you really zooming in on that ass trying to see what she got going on over there. I mean, hey, it happens. It happens. And people gotta understand this. So, like I said, we talk about so much on the show.
Yeah.
We have serious conversations. I think last week, was it last Wednesday?
Yeah.
Okay, last Wednesday, we kind of got on the topic about depression and how easy it is to go into depression, how hard it is to come out. And some people feel like, oh, you just no. It's not. It's not that easy to come out of it sometimes, because sometimes your depression it sits on your back so long because you so busy trying to figure out how you even got in the situation you got in or why you. You know, so you so busy trying to figure that out for yourself that you keep yourself in bondage with the stress and the depression. I mean, so we talked about that. So
but you know they say they don't ever like to talk
boy,
about
I hate you.
Black people having mental illness. You know, that's something that we don't really talk about because they don't think that Black people get mental illness, and they do.
Mental illness, I feel like is definitely generational, hereditary, and because we start going through mental illness in slavery days. We were in bondage. We were slaves. We couldn't think for our own. We couldn't even learn how to read. We couldn't even. Everything was based on what somebody told us to do. So you know, I just feel like he's about to fuck around and have that blue waffle. I ain't heard that so long. Like this is sex education. That is a sex education shit. You hear me? But I really appreciate you ladies for joining us on the show. We would love to have you guys back. You don't have to be talking about domestic violence. Like I said, we talk about everything. And so it's not anything that we do not discuss. So we always ask our viewers for topics. Let us know what viewers want to talk about. Like I said, like, share, comment, subscribe.
Do y'all have anything?
Right. That they
I know some people were saying they love the topic. This is interesting.
Yeah, I mean it is because a lot of times it's not a platform out there to just talk about stuff that people really want to talk about.
Yeah.
And being on Facebook or whatever, we also have Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. It's Grown Folks Business only on every other platform besides on Facebook. So subscribe to those. Join those because we will start going live on those as well. And we eventually want to come off of Facebook and just go straight on YouTube.
Right.
Because, you know, sometimes Facebook tries to limit what you say.
Yeah.
And so, and there's a filter. Is it on YouTube? That allows for 18 only. So you can say what you want to say, but, you know, there's a discretion as well for it. So I thank you ladies again, like I said, for coming on. I really appreciate you guys talking about your experiences, giving your testimonies, and I thank you viewers for giving your testimonies as well.
Thanks for having us.
Of course, I really enjoyed you ladies today.
Look, before we go, I just want to say this. If y'all have not seen the episode, you can find it on YouTube. Just in the search bar, put family or fiance. Was it Katasha and Victor?
It's on the own channel too.
On the own channel, on the own network, go on there. And y'all will hear, even on the clips, you'll hear me say, if you festering in all this, you can't bless no mess. Look, baby. Look, baby, you can't bless no mess. You can't bless it. But on the real, just with everything that we talked about and everything that we going through, just remember, you want it to get better. You praying it's gonna get better. You Lord change her, whatever. But at the end of the day, if it's mess, drama, toxic, whatever, you can't bless that. So just keep that in mind, and that's what I want to close with.
All right, well, everybody, we'll see y'all on next
Bye.
Wednesday. Appreciate you.